and technologies that are revolutionizing how we understand and interpret spatial data. With this, I take the opportunity to invite Associate Professor of Department of Cse-Aiml and the Co-Coordinator of Atal Fdp, Dr. I.S. Punitavati ma'am onto the dais. Welcome ma'am. Let us also invite the Head of the Department Cse-Aiml and the Coordinator of Atal Fdp, Dr. Anusha ma'am onto the dais. Welcome ma'am. With the immense pleasure, let us also invite our speaker of the day, Mr. M. Arul Raj sir, National Remote Sensing Center, Indian Space Research Organization, Hyderabad, to grace the dais. Welcome sir. To formally commence today's event and extend a warm welcome to all, let us invite the coordinator of Atal Fdp and the head of the department of Cse-Aiml, Dr. Anusha ma'am, to deliver the opening address. Welcome ma'am.
Respected speaker, Mr. Arul Raj sir, my dear participants, department faculty and students, good morning to everyone.
Good morning ma'am.
Welcome to the third day of Atal Fdp. Today, the session will be on geospatial data intelligence and analysis. Mr. Arul Raj sir is expert in Bhuvan. Sir is heading Bhuvan in NRSC. So yesterday, afternoon session sir, Leslie sir has given a flavor of Bhuvan, right? So the data, Bhuvan is a data repository. What are all will be there in Bhuvan? What are all the satellites data will be there? And what is the resolution of each satellite that data available in the Bhuvan? So sir, today Arul Raj sir will be giving more insights on this Bhuvan. So how to register, how to download the data, how you can process this data, how the data can be accessed. All this will be explained by Arul Raj sir today. Hope you will have a enjoyable session and learning session. I want everyone to please interact with the speaker, right? So sir is a scientist, senior scientist in NRSC ISRO. So this is a very good opportunity for you given. I request all the participants as well as the students who are here to please interact with the speaker and gain more knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you ma'am for your valuable words and a warm welcome. I would like to request all the dignitaries present on the dais to accommodate themselves among the audience to begin the session. Did you know? I need some water. Did you know the geospatial data intelligence and analysis play a crucial role in everyday activities such as ordering food online, planning rescue routes, and even identifying suitable locations for new businesses? This field helps us make informed decisions and analyze location-based data to uncover patterns and trends. Today we will learn with the presence of someone very special. Allow me to introduce Mr. M. Arul Raj, Group Head and Scientist SG at Bhuvan, NRSC, ISRO, Department of Space, Government of India. With over 20 years of experience, he has been a trailblazer in geospatial data intelligence and analysis, shaping innovative projects at ISRO. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Arul Raj to the stage with a big round of applause. Welcome sir.
Yeah, fine. No problem. I'll manage. Okay. Good morning, all. First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity to the management and specifically or especially to HOD madam for this one, and also the thanks to our management to send me here to speak about the geospatial data intelligence and analysis to all these faculty members and especially the student community. I'll try my level best to explain you the various components of the data intelligence, including your Cse-Aiml, what you are studying here, and I'll be taking you to more and more on the real world problems, how we are supporting with the geospatial data and how that modern trends or the state of the art technologies are used to bring out such kind of solution in the real time applications. That will be covered in my presentation. So now it is a very common sense, like we call computer science as a common sense, CS. So you can see that each and every word, yes, it explains its own, the geospatial data intelligence and analysis. You know the meaning of this particular title, but anyway, I will try to give you a little more insight on each and everything. So basically, what we will do is, whenever we are speaking about the geospatial data, we talk about three major things. One is the collection, then we do some kind of analysis, and we will bring out a various interpreted output from that analysis what we are doing. So that will be ultimately helpful for making a informed decision making, because we do every day the different kind of decision, but the informed decision making is very important, and where we have to put all the science or the technology behind that one, and then we have to bring it. And whenever I am talking about the science and technology behind it to make the decision, I will be also touching upon the real world problem, how we have addressed or how this analysis has helped the people to make a quicker decision and also a better and the accurate decision from this particular thing. And then if you see that it is also including various kind of intelligence or encompassing the various kind of intelligence that can be coming from your satellite imagery, or it can be from your signals, because it is started from the signal processing, then we talk about the image processing and other thing, and then ultimately, yes, we have to apply our own wisdom and to bring out or to choose the best scenarios out of it. Whatever the system is generating the scenarios, and we have to bring it, so that way the human intelligence also is coming into a picture. And ultimately, if you see that each and everything, whatever we are speaking about the geospatial data, it is ultimately ended with the location. That's why the student who is doing that comparing, she was mentioning about the delivering the food or ordering any kind of things. Yes, everywhere the location is important, and the location is playing a very critical role in the society or in the environment or whatever you call it. So that is the main thing what we are going to discuss in the upcoming slides. Now, where we can use it, like one is we can identify the pattern, because we will be every day collecting lot of data into our system. It can be a simple Word file or it can be a Excel file, but we do many analysis on that one. Yes, simple, I will be running some formula and I will be finding out what is the mean of this particular data sets what I have given, or what is the outlier of this particular thing, or you can use simple pivot diagram or the pivot rule and how you are depicting the data into a charting. So all these things will give you certain kind of patterns, like whether I have to how to eliminate all the outliers. So such kind of patterns you can get it and you can do it. And the second thing is the assessing the emerging trends, like now start from a simple the Google Maps and how it has entered into a various thing, and today anywhere you go it, whether it is a Swiggy or Zomato or you take it any real estate market, all the places you are having this kind of tools. And again, it is not only the current the problems what we are trying to address it. On another side, the technology is also going very fast, and we are trying to address the through the intelligence, that can be your AI or ML or DL, or it can be a computing side. We used to call it as a cloud computing. Now we are talking about more on the edge computing. Then we are going from the 4G to 5G, and we are going to the next generation. All these things will be coming into the picture for doing this kind of data analysis. Then another very important thing is the potential threats and risks. So when we are talking about any kind of the day-to-day operation or some kind of emergency, here when we are talking about the emergency, the disaster situation, how that can be identified and how that risk can be eliminated. So all these things are again coming out from the data-driven decision. So now in a simple way, if you see that more when we are talking about the intelligence, it can be for a governance application or it can be for the societal application, but more specific it will be for the even the military planning or some kind of emergency response, or even a day-to-day operation what we are doing with the environmental related thing. So all these things, the geospatial data analysis will help you to bring out a better decision out of it. So now, how or what does the geospatial intelligence can do? The one is the precise, the location data, that can be your house location, or every one of you are having the mobile phone where you would have enabled the location that will be coming from your GPS, or that will be coming from your augmented GPS, where the tower location will be taken, the precise location will be identified. So that can be like a mobile, or it can be your vehicle which is fitted with all the GPS related thing, or even a small the ATM center where it is located. So that way the geospatial intelligence can bring out a better precise location about that particular data. And we know very well about the remote sensing data, that traditionally we know it more on the satellite perspective, but previously we used to have it as a aerial remote sensing, where the aircraft fly and bring out your data from that particular thing. But today we are having more and more the drones, the unmanned air vehicle, and from there we are getting a lot of remote sensing data, and that will be taken into the picture. Then the next thing is the processing power. So now, as I was indicating in the just a few minutes ago, we talk about the complete the cloud-based solution. But now today we also talk about the various edge computing related techniques, because we don't want to really take the data to the server and do some kind of processing. Wherever the nearest edge or whatever the localized platform you are having, the data should be processed there, so that the processing can be very fast and the decision making also can be very fast. Another very typical example is the crowdsourcing related thing. You can see that how we have supported with the some of the example I will be touching upon, like the crisis mapping. So what we call it, whether it is a Hudhud cyclone in Andhra Pradesh, or it is mapping the neighborhood in Uttarakhand, the Kedarnath disaster, or it is a very high or heavy flooded situation in the Chennai, and how we have supported such kind of thing. So that way the crisis mapping is also one of the important things which is coming out from the geospatial data intelligence. Then the data analytics. So that is a very basic thing, to start from your simple Excel based analysis to the bringing out certain kind of model. That model will bring out certain scenarios, and using that scenarios how you will be taking a decision. All those things will be converted into this one. And now today the very famous or the very popular example is all the agriculture insurance sectors. They are using this data analytics very intensively for providing the loan or some kind of loan waiver, and all the things, actions are happening through the data analytics. That is another very important thing what we do it with reference to this geospatial data intelligence. And another thing is, we are also very much happy to have our mobile phone to take a photograph and selfies, and even sometime we take some kind of panoramic view and other thing. But that is not really giving the sense of it, what it is associated with any objects. But when we add it with or we call it as a XR, whatever the extended reality, so you can have all these kind of feeling, like how the environment is behaving or how the environment is there, all the things you can do it. And that the extension of that particular thing, we call it now as a digital twins. So it can be generated as a twin, and it can also act as a real world thing, so that you can bring out a better decision from that particular thing. And another thing is, you know it very well, what is the IoT Internet of Things, and where each and every person from the mobile or from the different sources, how the data sets are getting collected and put up onto that IoT. It can be a small your Raspberry device also, where it can collect some kind of information and put it, or it can be a flux tower, and where the data is collected and it is disseminated, or it is shared to the computing facility to bring out various analysis. So that is the intelligence. It can play a role on each and everything, whether it is a simple location or remote sensing information or processing power or the data analytics, where we can derive the information from scenarios, then adding that reality, the augmented or the virtual reality, or the providing the information from the various sources, from the small sensor or to the internet, how we can put it as the Internet of Things. So that is another thing what I want to highlight here. Now, the geospatial data intelligence, so where it can be more used. So the very popular example is military operation, like how we can establish the network for that one, how we can distribute the resources, how we can make it the battlefield or more and more active, so that the action can happen. So where the geospatial data is playing a very critical role, and it is also providing the intelligence to the decision maker to derive the so the next thing, if you go ahead, the automotive things, we know very well that Tesla or Elon Musk, and how they are doing the autonomous vehicle. So that is also, again, it is powered, or it is some kind of benefit what we are getting from this geospatial intelligence, where we need the accurate information of your vehicle and the road and other associated the factors which will influencing the smooth autonomous driving. That is the automotive sector we are having. If you see that even today, another live example which I will be showing further is whether it is a forest fire or now the agriculture season. Now that agriculture products are like the whatever residue burnings are happening, and when you want to have locate all this information, and the satellite imagery can help you to identify the active fire location, so that the firefighters can go and they can compare that particular thing. Then the agriculture can be where the produce is there, or where the market is there, or where the farmers can move that products to the nearest market where they can get a good thing, or it can be some kind of yield estimation. So before that season is over, what kind of yield the one can get it, or one the area can get it. So for such kind of planning is also supported from this agriculture sector. But ultimately, if you see that what we are trying to do it, we want to increase the revenue for each and every activity what we are doing, and it should also serve the purpose of common man, and at the same time it is also should increase your economy in the country or economy in the sector what we are doing. So that is the way all these commercial enterprises, they are using this particular thing. So that's why the popular your Zomato or Swiggy, or it can be a real estate business, or your travel, the library activity what we are doing, everything is again entered into this particular thing. That is the way the APIs are coming into more and more use. Like I want to use the map API, so you can take the map API and you can use it for your location specific data sets showing or intelligence purpose, and for that they are charging. So how many hits you are giving, or how many times you are accessing the data. So ultimately the commercial things are coming into a picture, way that we can get the different benefit from the geospatial data what we are having in the in our pipeline. So now with this particular thing, what we will do is we will just stop here. Now I have a few minutes to interact with you. Now in the last 2-day session, you would have got a quick flavor of what is geospatial data. So basically it should be some kind of the location specific information, latitude, longitude kind of information. Then you would have gone little more deeper about what are all the different formats of this geospatial data. It can be a vector, or it can be a raster, such kind of thing. When we are talking about the vector, we would have talked more on the point data or line data or polygon kind of thing. When we are talking about this raster data, you would have talked, or you would have got a feel of more on a multi-dimensional data. Multi-dimensional data is nothing you are imagery. So you would have got all this feel of it. Now, using that geospatial data, how that intelligence can play a role in that particular thing for the effective decision making. So that is the more towards my presentation. So towards that one, I was trying to make a context on that particular thing, like what is this intelligence, whether it is a human intelligence or whether it is a system generated, your artificial intelligence, how together for making a effective decision making. So that is the way we are moving, and what are all the different sectors it is right now in use, because every day we see this particular thing, but today it will be giving you little more picture that yes, oh, this application is also using this geospatial data. You will be come to know that certain kind of things. So that is the way I have formatted my presentation. So before I get into a real world problem, I just want to keep some kind of one should understand this particular concept. So in this juncture, if you have any question or you want to have some kind of interaction, please welcome for 1 or 2 minutes. Then we will be moving further. So I'll be having something like 5-6 breaks during my presentation for 1 or 2 minutes, so that you will also be in line with the presentation and you will be in sync with me. Any questions? Any clarification you want to have?
Confidentiality can be achieved in militaries.
Yes. So now what we will do is generally whenever we are talking about the military related application, most of the time it will be going with the private network. So it will not be there in the public network. That is the point number 1. The second thing is they will be also operating into a dedicated network and with the dedicated frequency and other things, so that the information will not go out. That is the second point what we will do it. Third thing, go for a different kind of encryption thing, so that it will not be easily decoded, or it will not be easily accessible to other person. So that is the another thing what they will be doing. Most of the time it will be something like a point to point connectivity, or it will be like a peer to peer connection kind of thing, so that the information will not go out. So these are all the some of the regular thing what people will be operating in one domain. The second domain, if you see that each and every device or each and every system what they are using, everything is built or everything is operated with their, starting from the operating system itself, it will be customized, it will be put up on their own, so that it will not be easily accessible to outside. So that way, starting from the hardening your OS or disseminating the data with the certain frequency and accessing the data to the proper encryption, that will ensure the secrecy, or that will ensure the military kind of confidentiality in the day-to-day operation. So this is the practice what people will be generally following on this particular thing.
Is there any talk regarding this blockchain technology?
Yeah, I will at the end of the presentation how it is using on ensuring the the integrity of the data, so that all the things I will be touching upon at the end of the presentation.
Do we need any licensing for the geospatial intelligence, just like what we do for the other sort of like DAY-3? Is it a tool, or we can drop the application on our phone?
It can be a tool, or it can be an application, it can be anything. So there is option for that particular thing, and here it is basically the data will be available with you. On top of the data you will be building some kind of application, and that application will give you the different scenarios. Basically it will enable you to create the scenario. From that scenario you will apply your wisdom, and you will pick up or you will choose the best out of it, or else you will also apply your knowledge back to the system to refine the output what it is generating.
Is it just an outline figure?
Yes.
So like excavations have to be done up, they have to be like there should be deep digging into the subject to create or like for any upgradation, or I didn't get it. You're just touching the base, just telling that this is just a concept on a wider basis. You think things will go in
Yes. Now, when you are seeing the example, what I am going to show it, then you will get that feel of it. And I will reserve this particular thing. I'll show you with one real world problem. Then you will get to know that, like how that data is, as you are mentioning that, how the data is becoming as a some kind of base layer. On that base layer, how that framework is defined and what kind of output it is generating and how it is refined to take a decision.
Geospatial intelligence available for everyone, or like you need to have a license for?
No, there is no license. That's why I was mentioning that it is available to everyone, and on your day-to-day use also you are having the thing. On your day-to-day base or on your day-to-day use also you are already using. But after hearing this entire thing, you will know that, hey, already I am using this particular thing. This is called geospatial intelligence. You will get a feel of it. So that is the thing only I am trying to touch upon here. Any other thing? Okay, fine. So now let us go on and see some of the examples so that you will get answered with some of the points what we are discussing. So one such thing is, Madam has already touched upon. Yesterday my colleague has talked about some of the Vjit related components. I am not going deep on this particular thing because my aim is to go for more on the applications, how these are the analysis point of view. So in a nutshell, if you see that we are having almost like 60 satellite data in the final product or the final products what we are having. We have something like 200 application which will be of your interest today, like where the different state and central ministry, how they are using the geospatial data for making an effective decision. That is the thing what you will be getting, and how the location specific informations are coming. Around 100 million point of interest data is getting or coming into the Vjit. And how it has been analyzed, that is another discussion point what we are going to do it. That many open source product, because it is not a licensed one or it is not having any proprietary thing, you can make a business out of it. That also I will be touching upon from this particular thing, because many students are there, you can bring a commercial value on that one and you can sell it, or you can become a you can own your startup, or you can become an entrepreneur. All the things I will be touching upon this particular place. What we have done is, in our Vjit, we have made like 5 different modes. Like it can be a standard mode which can be providing in the natural resources information. It can be on the navigation related things, because we want to go for a routing kind of thing that can be achieved from the standard mode. Then the thematic mode will provide the different data sets to you for visualization, for integrating into your system, or downloading the data, because that is very, very important when you want to go for your local analysis. Then the data hub, where the 100 plus layers are there, where it can be analyzed or where it can be accessed, and where you can also apply your algorithm and you can process it, all it as a on-demand EO processing. That can be achieved. And here the governance application, where the societal applications are coming into a picture. Then the disaster related things. So these are all the we seeing in the further thing. Now let us see a little more detail. The first one is that anyway, I am not going for a visualization, because all of us are very popular on the visualization. It can be a 2D, it can be a 2.5D, or it can be a 3D kind of visualization what you will be getting. And when you are having the building footprints, when you are adding the texture to it, you will be getting the proper model, and that model can be 3D mode, or it can be some kind of data clearing house where you will be selecting the data and you will be downloading the data, or it can be some kind of thematic or disaster or weather or ocean related thing. But the key point is the OGC compliant. So when we are talking about this OGC, here the answer to your question is coming. It is a open geospatial consortium where the like-minded people join together and they have a there should not be any proprietary, or there should not be vendor specific format, and it should be open to all the people without any software dependency or without any of your system related resource constraint. It should be uniformly available to all the people, so that way the OGC is coming into a picture. Then the other thing is, whenever we want to have any location, we should have a some kind of mapping activity. That can be your house location, or that can be of any of the done or it can be created in the field, and that has to be mapped on that particular thing. Then the next important component is planning and development. Here you see that this is the important thing what I want to highlight here. You have the road network. So now what you want to do? You want to extend that particular road to 50 meter this side, 50 meter this side. So what you need? So you should have a tool to create some kind of buffer. It will take the road and it will of 50 meter this side, 50 meter this side. So now I know that what is my area, it is going to be affected. So the next thing is, I should also know that what kind of land use is there in that particular place. Whether it is a agricultural land, or it is a built up area, or it is some kind of wasteland, or who is the owner of that particular land. So I can bring out from my parcel map, or I can bring out from my cadastral map. So I will understand that who is the owner of that particular place. So any pipeline alignment it is going on in the country, you can see that they will make a plan and they will figure it out that which are all the survey number is going to be affected. So every day you will be seeing in the newspaper, or every alternate day you will be seeing people will advertise people will put a message in that paper that these are all the land they are going to acquire and who is the owner of that particular property. So that is the way whenever they go for a planning and development, the geospatial data a very vital role on this particular thing. So now you can get, this is one small example. So they will take that input data and they will identify the people, I will identify what is the land use in that particular place, and they will go for that one. This is the starting point. But then they will also do lot of analysis on that one. What is the slope in that particular place, and what is the cut and fill kind of analysis they want to put it when they want to go for a leveling kind of activity, or when they want to go for a excavation where they all kind of analysis they will be doing when they are taking this planning and development kind of activity. Then another thing is the monitoring and evaluation. So now here whenever we are talking about the monitoring and evaluation, now you take it as a very popular example, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So that is giving a some kind of minimum employment to the non-agriculture season to the people. So in that process what they are doing, assume the small check dam, so that will arrest the water flow and it will allow to store that water in that particular place, so that the groundwater recharge may happen, or people will use that water for doing some kind of agricultural activity. This is the common thing what we know or what we hear from our people. And what is the impact it has created? How much area it got more? The area got more in use in the agriculture, or what kind of brought out. So such kind of monitoring activity can happen from the time series satellite data. So now when we are talking about the monitoring, I'll be having a T0 data, I'll be having a T1, T2, T3, T4. Like that I will be having the multiple time series data, so that from the time series data I'll be able to find out that what is the condition before this implementation, then what is the condition during the implementation, then once it is the change it has brought out in that particular place, so one can understand. So that is the way. So the monitoring can be happen from the time series satellite data. It is nothing but when I was in 10th standard how I am looking, when I am in 12th standard how I am looking, when I am in college how I am looking. If I put 3-4 photographs, then I can make it out what is the difference or what is the change in that one. Same way you can take a different satellite imagery, but there are certain skill sets associated with that one. People go with a simple, or they will go for some kind of the digital image processing, where they will be doing the processing of all those signals, and they will try to bring out a value from that one. So that is nothing but your unsupervised classification or supervised classification, what you do it in the your artificial intelligence or your machine learning related thing. So that is nothing but your monitoring and evaluation. So that is how much impact it has been generated. Now let us see. This is another typical example what you will be getting from this one. What this example is, you can see that and you can appreciate this particular thing. As I was mentioning that once the agriculture season is over, the harvest is over, and all residues are lying in that field. So what the specialist will do is, they will try to map all the residues from the satellite data. what is the biomass available in the ground. From the biomass and how much energy can be generated. So that is the way the rule sets are formulated, and based on that rule set, if I want to take this area of interest, how much biomass can be generated, how much energy can be generated from this one. So from the raw satellite data, it has been used to map certain activity, then that rule sets or the thumb rules or model, whatever name you give it, it can be added to that one. From there, the decisions are made, so that it will be easy for taking it for a effective implementation. So that is the way the decision making has come into a picture. Then the reporting and advisory. You can see that there is some kind of disease in that coconut. Some farmers are taking a picture and they are uploading to the portal. And from that portal, what it is doing, it will be going to the subject experts will give certain kind of solution to this problem, and again the message will flow back to the mobile phone to the farmer. So here you can see that from where the request is coming and what kind of problem is there and what is the solution it is offered to that particular farmer. It is all the things, it is like a two-way communication is ensured, and then the advisory is given to the people. So this is the another example what you can see reporting and advisory kind of thing. Then the resource management. So now we all know that like your Atal, there is you know it very well, Amrut is there. Amrut program, all the the 1 lakh plus population cities are being mapped, and where the 1 in 4,000 scale the urban land use map is prepared. What is the purpose of this particular map and all the thing? It is basically for that particular city, like next 20, after 20 years or next 20 years, how that plan has to be put up. So that way it is making us a base for preparing all such kind of plans, and this is helpful. So or in the other way, like what is the change in the land use land cover over the last 1 decade, or how that wasteland has been converted to agriculture land, or how that wasteland has been converted to a industry purpose. All the kind of thing can be mapped through this resources management. So that's why that mapping activities are coming into a picture. Then ultimately the location based services is nothing but like how one is navigating in the ground. Another thing is it is also having something called geofencing. Like you just want to put that Institute of Technology, they are having something like 100 buses. The 100 buses has to operate in this particular region, and you can make a fencing out of it. And suppose if any bus is going out of this particular fence, you will get an alarm, or you will get an alert to that one. So this is a very normal example, but if you see that election commission of point of view, each and every route vehicle or route vehicle is attached to such kind of coordinate system, so that the route officer should be within that here and there, or any crisis is coming, they should not tell that no, I am here, I am there. All the things will not happen. They will pinpoint that location and they will allot that force to go to that place when such kind of crises are happening. So that is another real world example what you will be getting from the location based services kind of thing. So now we will go a little more detail. We have already talked about the routing and navigation related thing. The next intelligence is to the Institute of Technology. Now what I want to do is I want to send one speed post. Where is my nearest post office? I can get it from the map. Then next what I can do is whether that post office is offering a speed post facility or not, or booking facilities there or not. Whether it is a 24/7 facility, or it will operate only 9 to 12 or 9 to 5, such kind of thing can be do. And here the example is the Department of Post facility, and they are having such kind of information, or each and every the medical centers or blood donation center or blood banks or the hospitals, all the things are mapped and it is available in the map form, so that any citizen, they can locate their current location and they can find out all these places, and whether that is a super specialty hospital or it is if I want to go only to the ENT specialist hospitals are there or not, what is the timing and what is the contact number, everything will be available, and that is the again like what is here or what is some kind of proximity what you can do it from your place. And the next important component is the multilingual capability, because people will converse in a different language and different understandings will be there. So we have to bring more and more multilingual thing. It is not only in English, it should be in the native languages. So that is the way the multilingual framework also is enabled, and it will give more and more insight about that particular problem or particular application. And this is another very interesting thing, the GIS viewer, where the text to map, because you may be generating lot of Excel sheet, like because maybe a computer science students you have a very limited field exposure, but otherwise if you take any civil engineering people or any environment, will be going to the field and they will be collecting lot of samples. A basic thing is each and every location is taken, along with that location certain parameters are taken. It will be available in a simple tabular format. You may not have a much insight about that particular thing. So when you are converting the tabular data into a map format, you will be getting a proper insight about that particular thing. Okay, assume that you have done thousands of you have gone to the 1,000 well, and each and every well you have taken a water sample and you have analyzed that what is the pH value in that particular thing. Based on the pH value, you want to find out that whether it is a potable or non-potable. You can map it and you can see that, hey, this is the area where the most of the wells are observed with the non-potable condition. What are other associated parameters? So that is the way you will be able to get the textual information to be converted. That is another very important thing what you can get it. The next thing is, as I was mentioning, that the profile or the cut and fill analysis, when you want to do it, that will be enabled through this terrain profile kind of capability. Then we have already seen about the vehicle tracking application, how the election commission is used this particular vehicle tracking solution. Then another very important thing, like Rise to Bazaar. So I just want to bring to your notice of but that during the COVID time, all the markets are closed. Market means big markets, whether it is a what is it called, Gudi Malkapur market or Boyanballi market, all the markets are closed. Now farmers, what they have done is, the government, the Telangana government has asked all the vehicles to register, so that each and every vehicle is registered and each and every vehicle location is transmitted to the control room. They could get access that where the vehicle is located. Then what they have done is, they have directed, the agriculture director has directed each and every vehicle to go to certain locality, because you don't have the access to the basic vegetables also during that time. So that each and every vehicle is assigned or allotted to the one or two localities. They could monitor, yes, there is a vehicle, it is registered with us, and that vehicle should go to some A colony, B colony, or gone to that one. No, one vehicle has not come to one particular place, and they have called to the control room, and then the vehicle has been diverted to that particular place to provide the day-to-day thing. And there is a very famous article in the Week magazine. You can go and read it, how Telangana government has used this vehicle tracking solution for the Rise to Bazaar or the mobile vegetable cart tracking. Another typical example, even today, whatever the Swachh auto trolley, what you are having in the morning, everyday morning, the garbage collection vehicle will be running in your streets. So that is also enabled and tested with this particular kind of vehicle tracking solution. The another thing, if you go further, the health related thing, you can see that the Bihar government, how they have used this kind of solution, it is very interesting. Like the clusters are identified, because the phase 1 or the COVID, the initial time, you can see that okay, the case is identified, some vehicle has come and they have picked the people and they have moved all the thing, or some clusters are identified. As soon as any particular thing is identified, what they have done is, they transmit that XY location to the server. What it will do is, it will immediately generate 1 3 kilometer, 5 kilometer, 7 kilometer kind of buffer which is defined by the ICMR. So then once the buffer is generated, it will intersect with your village boundary and it will also bring out that what is the household, number of household in that particular place, how many or what is the total population in that particular place, what is the age group of the population in that particular place. So with that information, what government has done is, okay, how many to go for a household survey, so that they could understand in that particular place. So like that, the Bihar Health Emergency Operations Center, they have used this decision support dashboard for bringing out a decision making process. In a similar way, if you see that the forest department, so during the COVID time, all are in having the holiday, we were in the home, but the plants need some kind of attention. So the Tripura forest department have effectively used the spatial solution or whatever you call it as a intelligence. They have taken and they have done a survey. They will go for a some kind of patrolling or some kind of movement in the forest and capture all these locations, and they will report that, okay, this area, the what is the kind of plantation, what kind of stress it is there, all kind of informations are taken and it is transmitted, and again the report has been prepared. That is another thing what you can get it. Then the forest location, because in the big forest where you will go to the exact location and go for a firefighting, you need a location information that comes from your active fire location information which is identified from the satellite imagery. All these things are possible from this geospatial data, and when you are adding some kind of modeling or some kind of intelligence to it, starting from the simple visual image processing technique, you can bring much and more value to this particular thing. So like this we can go on and do the things, and I'll be moving to the next thing where I want to put some kind of analytics point of view. Now let us take one example of the same Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So if you see that once the particular activity is completed, they have to put a citizen information board. Popularly, our father of nation photograph will be there, and mostly it will be in yellow in color, but some people or some states will go to the different colors, and you can see that, and it will be having certain shape, and there it used to be put up in a native language too of that particular land. Like you can see it many things in Telangana, it will be, or it is in Telugu. Everything is what is the cost and how many manpowers is used and what is the expenditure it is incurred, all those things will be there. Now whether that information board is there and what data is there or what kind of details are present in that particular thing, there the analytics or the machine learning things is applied and used to extract the information. Then the second thing is, as soon as the scheme is completed, it should have some kind of information board whether that particular logo is there or not, because you know it very well, the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, that will have the some house kind of symbol and logo will be there. And some states what they will do, they used to add their chief minister photos also into that one, or they will add some other logos also into that one. So such kind of detection used to happen and it used to be reported on the fly. So that is the way the such kind of analytics can be put up and it can be made it. Here if you see that as soon as the data is available, a basic indices can be computed. It can be like some kind of a ratioing of the different band value and you can bring out it. The popular is the vegetation indices can be computed, it can be put up. So these are all some of the example what you can get it as a live or the real-time example. And apart from that, many strategic applications are also data are using this platform for making a various decision making, and these are all the data sets which is available for download, which is available for access. It can be a land use length of 50K or it is a 250,000 scale or 10,000 scale. So whatever the scale is there, if you go to the larger scale like 4,000 scale, you will be getting more and more detail. So in-depth information will be available. So that is the meaning of this one. So kind of regional perspective. Then the 50,000 scale will give you some kind of state or the district level perspective. Then you can go for a 10K kind of thing, maybe something like a town or a city kind of information. But when you again go for 4K with more level of information is available to your city or town, that kind of detail you can get it. Then in the same way, whether it can be a wasteland or groundwater or geomorphology or erosion or salt affected, all these mappings are done and it is available with the different scale, and this data can be accessed and this data can be downloaded when you want to make a decision. And what is the decision, how it can be used, we will be seeing the example in the successive slide. In the same way, there are many products are generated. It can be an ocean related product, how that cyclone is formatting or moving, such kind of you can get it, or what is the CO2 detail in that particular place that can come from our the flux towers, what it is located in the country, or it can be on a various terrestrial related thing, what is the land use related thing, or what is the forest cover related information, all those things you can get it. And when you are going for a snow or ice or some such kind of information, like how the cryospheric products are there, all these products again you can download it from our, this is one URL from the Bhuvan I have put it, where you can directly download all this information. No need to have any registration or not registration, no need to pay anything. You can simply register. It is a free registration and it is your username and account is activated immediately, and you can log in and you can download the data. So that is another thing what you can get it from this particular thing. In the similar way, we also have it can be a flood, it can be a cyclone or landslide or earthquake or a forest fire or drought related information you will be getting, and you will be downloading that information also. It is not only for visualizing, you can also download and you can use it for your local processing. Now if I summarize all those things, you can see that the data sets are from 360 meter to 1 meter, administrative boundaries are from international to the cadastral level, then for golden quadrilateral to the footpath or track, and the hydrological data sets are going from the basin to the lake or pond level. Then you have a multiple thematic data information and a point of interest. All these informations are available, freely available, and it is open to all. What made you or what made us to make it open, and what made you to easily access this information? There is a policy, there is a that thing also I will be touching upon in this particular presentation. So this I will be touching upon when we have talked about the geospatial intelligence. One of the key thing is the crowdsourcing. So because each and every person is having a mobile phone, or each and everyone is going here and there and seeing the feature or taking the photograph, and you can uplink all the information so that as soon as the data comes, it will be used for various. It can be something kind of Department of Post or Hudhud, what I was making about the cyclone related thing, or mapping the neighborhood in Uttarakhand, or Forest Department or Election Commission of India. Anything you take it, you have the crisis mapping, or in a normal process, the data sets are playing a very critical role from the crowdsourcing point of view. Now, let us go to that one thing. Like when I was talking about this particular thing, all these data sets are available as a API to the people, so that you need not really ask me, hey, where this data is there, what kind of processing is there. You can go to the API section and you can get access to these particular details, so that you will be able to get the information. Like for example, I want to know that for a given location, what is the groundwater prospects, whether the groundwater prospects, whether I will have a expected that particular place or not, you can make a note of it. Or what is the land use land cover in that particular place, you can get it. Or what is the soil condition in that particular place, you will get all those things from the APIs what we are providing from the thematic point of view. Or else, no, I want to find out for a given latitude, longitude, what is the village name, or what is the nearby places. All those things you can get it from the village geocoding and river geocoding and the proximity API kind of thing. Then you can get it the routing API. API location to another location, you can get it. Now, by enabling this API, what you can do, you can bring out your own business model and you can work with your partners or any other people, and you can bring a revenue or commercial from this particular thing. And ultimately, all these outputs are finally enabled as a simple text format through the JSON, or it can be accessible as a some kind of a charting or plotting output. So that is also possible. So now if you see that since we are getting into this movement related stuff, if you see that it is offering a multilingual and 1 meter high resolution imagery is available, then the thematic data, disaster, weather, climate and POI, all the things are making this platform as a some kind of integrated platform where all these details are there, one can access and bring out a decision from that particular thing. And now when we are having all this out, lot of value added services on top of it by having your the learning or having a simple rule based thing, or it can be a AI based solution. You can make it and you can bring a value on this particular thing. And while we are discussing all these things, whether it is an API or some kind of services, there is another thing called workflow based application. It is basically, we call it as a no code or low code. No, I don't want to go do any code. My system want to save and launch a new application, you can do it. So that is nothing but a workflow based application. That is also possible. Then a lot of Cse-Aiml utilities, multi-criteria decision tools, and here all these things when we are talking, everything is again done with the open source solution, and it is also having the OGC compliance. There is no proprietary software or tools are used to build this particular application. You know it very well. When we want to scale it up, or when we want to take this solution to the 1.5 or whatever the billion people in the country, we have to have the open source in more in use and power. So then it will really help you to take it in a better way, because the scaling is really possible with such kind of using such kind of open source solution. So that is, I think, what I just want to and here you can see that this is a very interesting thing. Like all these services, what it is offered, it is going from a web map service or web map tile service, web processing service, web catalog service, keyhole markup language. Here if you see that all these things are, again, it is who has defined all these things, Open Geospatial Consortium has defined, and we are adopting that particular standards and we are disseminating that data. On other side, what are all the different open source software which is used, that is also here, and which is giving a facility to develop your own application or own software. That is the next point what I just want to highlight it here. Now we will stop here. Again we will take 1 or 2 minutes break just to go through this slide, because this is going to answer all your query. You take whether agriculture sector or you take the youth affairs in the country, where the extensively used for various decision making process. Because right now what I have done, I have just shown or I have just touched upon something like Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act is using, or Bihar Health Department is using, or our Telangana Agriculture Department is using. Like that I just told 1 or 2 example, but now we are going for little more detail and how the data is used, because I am only what way they are using, how they are using, how they are making a decision, I have not told till yet. Okay, so we are going to cover that particular thing. But now please, if you have any question and queries, please ask me. Otherwise I will be taking up different example from these ministries. These are all the different ministry who is using, and I will be taking apart one example. I'll go very detailed, like what is the base data, what is the rule there, or what is the model it is are generated, how again it is coming to the common man. That we will be seeing. And now over to you. Any question or any discussion you want to have it, please.
Can you list out a few students related projects and research scholar related projects? Through geospatial analysis, how can we process it? Can you just give some examples? As you said, data pre-processing, post-processing, whether it is ML or DL, validation,
Yeah.
Just quick and simple.
Yeah, actually, I have few example here. So it will come, but anyway, I'll just talk on that particular thing. One is basically the very popular feature extraction. Feature extraction, when we talk about, okay, yes, simple is, I have my satellite imagery, I want to extract all the roads, or I want to extract all the brick limbs, or I want to extract all that satellite imagery. So for that, what I will do, I'll be taking the data and I'll be also creating lot of the training data sets. Then I'll be applying the training data sets onto the given set. Then I will be scaling up to the unknown data sets, and I will be trying to bring that output. So that is the way one feature extraction is one popular example what generally people will do it. The second example is, I'll be touching upon that particular thing also. Now what is happening? The National Highway Authority of India, NHAI, they want to monitor all the roads or the highways, whether the green cover is there or not. As part of the contract which is given to the contractor to lay the road, they have to also establish a proper vegetation in that particular road. It can be in the median or it can be in the right, so that it should be there in all the three places, and they should establish a proper green cover in that particular road. Whether such things are done or not, whether it is there with it like 50% or 75%, or it is 25%, or it is not at all there, that kind of monitoring has to be done for the entire 1.5 lakh running length of the highway. How that is possible? That is also again machine learning is coming into a picture to do that one. That is another live example what I will be touching upon in this particular thing. Then a very basic thing is, like your students are there. So what they are doing on Saturday, Sunday, they are just roaming in and around Hyderabad, for example. What you can do is, you can take your phone and you can collect some of the important location in that place, and you can, that basically a crowdsourcing. You can uplink alternate and location, and so that a beautiful information system will come into a picture. So or else I'll tell one very simple example. In 2006 or 7, maybe in the night time of around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, my two-wheeler got punctured. I don't know where the nearest puncture shop is there. I don't know today also whether you know it or not, where the nearest puncture shop is there, who will help you to do the puncture. So some kind of captured, and it can be put up, and it will be very much helpful for the many people. So like this, some kind of data collection also can happen from the people. I mean, very basic example what I just want to tell you. Now let us go a little more deeper. So now what are all the different things are very popular? The large language models are very popular. In a very detail. There somebody can work on that particular thing, and they can bring out a better the generative AI kind of things it can come, so that whatever the chat GPT we are doing, we can have our own GPT, and we can bring out a decision from that particular thing. Like that, many things are there. I'll be touching upon small examples.
Minimum cost implementation for a simple project. What will be the cost?
Yeah, the minimum cost is zero cost, as I was telling about that crowdsourcing kind of thing. And then when we go for a bigger thing, like with reference to the academia sector, you would have been already told by our other colleagues, or maybe you would have known already, that we have a different program. One popular program is called Respond, where you will be having a Respond project. Like the one Respond is like bilingual, enabling such kind of things are going on, or some kind of impact analysis with where it will be like something like 20 lakh to 30 lakh in that range, something will be there. Then you also have something called the advanced R&D, where the more the modern trend or the current trend, whatever is happening in the Aicte and other things, where such kind of things can be, where it will be going in that something like 50 lakh or 60 lakh. So basically less than a crore, certain activities are going, or even sometime going beyond 1 crore also. Some of the activities are there. For that, what I request you is, you can go through that working with ISRO or working with NRSC in the different form, like a respond or advanced R&D, such kind of things can be taken, and where you will see that what is the current work and it is going on. Or else, the very simple thing for the student community is hackathon, because many times Smart India Hackathon, which is every year it is happening. Now, as part of your the Science Week or the Science Day celebration, there is another hackathon is going on. And apart from that, last year we have conducted a space hackathon, where also certain problems are given and certain solutions are brought out by the student community, and it has been taken to the use. So like that, another innovative or the inputs we are taking from the community and we are doing. So that is another place where you can contribute. Yes. Yes. One example is coming. I'll be touching upon that particular. Alternative to Google Map. There are many maps are there. Very popular, and we are not nearing to that particular thing. Like you have your the whatever we have seen till now, the Bhuvan is something very close to Bhuvan, very close to Google, where it is having all such kind of detail. And whatever example we are going to see it, how the different state or central government ministries are using this Bhuvan platform. Where the geospatial data is coming into picture.
Are used, maybe used by governments, but it is not available for common people. Are you putting any apps?
It is also available to the common man. Like for example, okay, again, this is preempting to answer. Like today, you go to Aadhaar website and you see that you want to go for a Bal Aadhaar registration, or you want to change your address. Where is the nearest Aadhaar center is there? Only. It is not running on Google or any other platform. And you locate your train, where your train is there and how much distance you have traveled, all things. That is also running on Bhuvan only. Many of you may not know. Okay, so that is a live example. Aadhaar centers or post office location, or you are running a train status, all those things are running on this Bhuvan platform only. Yes. So now what is the important thing here is that whenever we are going for that dimension, the dimension can be anything. So basic dimension, we know that XY we will put it, then the height is the another dimension. Then when we go to the next thing, that can be any other parameter. If I want to suppose measure the different values on the different height, that can be one kind of or if I want to bring any other attributes associated with that XYZ location, that can be another dimension. So that way only we call it as the next level of dimension to that particular data. It is not having any fixed one. It can be of any other attribute which can be attached to that particular thing.
How can we, like, it may increase the computational complexity. So how to tackle that? Because if it is geospatial, definitely we have to go for 4D data.
Yes.
How can we manage that?
No, the current the computational power or current computing infrastructure what we are having, these data sets are, according to me, or whatever the examples we are having, the data sets are very, very small to handle it. We don't have such very huge data sets where my infrastructure is not able to handle it. Such kind of situation we have not come across. That is the reason why the live example what I was mentioning, fire and all. So if you see that within 20 minutes of the satellite pass, all the active fire locations are detected and it is disseminated to the end user. So that kind of processing you are having. On other side, what is the challenge? Like as you are mentioning that sets captured on a different time frame and referenced with a different reference framework, and it is coming from a different sensor. When you want to register all these fellows into a common framework, that is a challenging thing. That is one of the current problem what it is going on. Like how to assimilate all these data sets which has been generated over the year in the different framework. There's with reference to the data and with reference to the processing capabilities also. So like that, that is another problem what we can discuss. Yes. Any other thing? Yes. You know that there is something called MCA, Minority Concentration Areas in the country. So when we are talking about the minority concentration areas, it is different groups are there. I don't know the count. I don't remember that count. Many minority communities or minority groups are there that they call it as a minority concentration area or MCA. So for that, certain schemes are allotted or implemented in that particular place. And how that schemes are implemented, what is the progress, whether it is completed or not completed, what is the impact it is created, such kind of informations are being monitored by Ministry of Minority Affairs. That itself is called as a Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikash Karyakram something, PMJVK. With that, under that program, all these things are monitored in the thing. So here when I am talking about the monitoring will come from the two important things. One is that time series satellite data, so that we can understand that T1, T2, T3, T4 like that, what is the change it has created in the ground. The second thing is the field data, which is collected from the field from the simple mobile photograph kind of thing. And from there also you can find out what is the difference. Like the popular example is each and every house which is allotted to the individual beneficiary has to be photographed at 5 stages. What is the not started state to the completed state, whether it is a lintel level or whether it is a individual sanitary or the completed level, they have to monitor a different thing. So that each and every stage the photograph will be taken and it will be uplinked, so that the physical progress is recorded and monitored from the MIS, the Management Information System. Then accordingly the finance is sanctioned to the beneficiary and it will go directly under the DBT scheme, direct beneficiary transfer scheme, to the beneficiary account. That chain is built and it is put up. So that the information or the web services are exchanged between the data collected from the ground to the Management Information System, and again it is getting linked to the beneficiary. That is the example. In the same way, the different schemes, whatever has been sanctioned, it is in the implementation in the ground, it is continuously monitored under this particular program.
So in these days we are seeing especially hydro activities. Is there any provision to get approved through this kind of services?
Sir, all are in place. No, all are in place. That is again, that is individual's thing, and it is also a official's machinery.
All governments are using so many services, as you mentioned here. Why that people who are allotting permission are not getting these services? If they get the services, this kind of problems.
No, I'll give one example from CDMA, Commissioner and Directorate of Municipal Administration, how they have used this service and how they have got more than 100 crore revenue. I'll be showing that one. So what I want to say is, all these rules or regulation all are there in place. But then what is happening? The implementing or enforcing, that is come from the individuals. If that is not coming, then it will be a problem. Okay, so now we will stop here for 5-10 minutes break, then we will assemble again. Hope you would have enjoyed my presentation, or at least you would have enjoyed by discussing with your friends. and chit chatting with your friends. So, but anyway, I'll go with more live example, and then I'll ask every individual with some example in a real world how this geospatial data is coming into your life. So then it will be more interactive. Okay. What's your name, madam? That yellow. So we will be reserving one question for her. Okay.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to announce that high tea will be served now. It will be a 10 minutes break. Enjoy your tea break. We'll be resuming shortly. It's okay.
hello.
participants to be seated as we will be resuming the session. I repeat, we request all the participants to be seated in the session.
Welcome back. The crowd is a little less now, so they might have got bored, or they would have said, okay, this guy will ask some question, so that's why they have not come back. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So whoever is interested and who is keen on listening this particular thing, yes, I will try to do my best so that you will carry something after this session. Yes, you would have seen that different names which has been written here. Maybe some thought process would have gone to your mind of your interest. Hey, how this geospatial data sets are. Somebody was asking me a question. So somebody would have got a question that how it is used in the law and justice, or how it is used in the finance sector. So like that, something would have come into your mind, or you would have thought that okay, this may be the application which is coming under that particular sector. Like that, you would have thought it. Yes, we will be answering all those questions in the successive thing. So let us take this very popular example of, that is the water resources information. I will be touching upon few things. Please pay attention. So now you know it. Mission Kakatiya. What is that scheme? So where they have done desilting. Mission Kakatiya, right? Yes. Right. So now you see that. That's the reason why you could see a good amount of water in all the lakes and reservoir, right? Otherwise, the earlier days we don't used to see much water in the pond or tank or reservoir. Correct? I don't know. Don't think it's a political question. It is a very common thing. But yes, it has really made a very good impact, and we could see a lot of change. Now you see that what is this particular water resources information system. What we are trying to do it in this particular system is more than 1 hectare the water bodies are mapped. I mean 1 hectare means the area of water body. More than 1 hectare the water spread area or the size of the water body is mapped under this particular portal, and the data sets are available every fortnight in the system. So every fortnight you will be able to see the what is the water in that particular water body. So when you are talking about the water body, it is more than 1 hectare. It can be a small pond or tank, or it can be a big reservoir like your Nagarjuna Sagar thing or your Usman Sagar lake kind of thing. You will be able to monitor all those things. So here how that is happening? It is happening from the time series satellite data, and there is a model built in our automated satellite data comes and it will be processed, and the water bodies are extracted, and then it cannot be covered in a single day. The continuous days are occurred. So every fortnight the data sets are taken and mosaiced, and it has been made as a single uniform framework, and it is made available in the Bhuvan. So you can see that all the water bodies related detail from this particular portal. Now you can get that what is the water spread area, whether it is more or less, all the things you can get it. The next thing is it is also added with the chlorophyll related information and the turbidity related information. Now you can see that water bodies are mapped and the information is available for the entire country. Now what happened? Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, they have asked NRSC to go for some kind of advanced. It can be supporting the Amrut scheme, where the rejuvenation of all the urban water bodies has to be taken care. So now I have the water spread information, we have that turbidity and chlorophyll information, Then by having all this combination, people can understand that whether that particular water body in the town or city is taken up or for the recreation and rejuvenation activity. And when we are going for that one, what is the kind of encroachment it is there in that particular water body, and what is the land use land cover change is there. So from there I can find out, earlier this was the land use, currently this is the land use, where how this land use is changed and what is the thing. All these informations are available in the public portal, and it is also available for the entire country. So now here what I want to convey to you is, so there is a satellite data and there is a model which is bringing out a water spread area, and there is a process which is bringing out a land use land cover of that particular thing, and there is a process which is bringing the turbidity and the chlorophyll content of that particular information. By having all this information, now the planners can take a call and they can take a decision that what is the change in the particular use case, what you can get it. Now second thing is, the experts, the civil engineer or water resources engineers, they also know that some kind of area estimation curve or some kind of empirical formula is there, and if this is a water spread area, or if this is the depth of that particular thing in that particular thing, what is the quantum of water it is available in that particular reservoir or in that particular big water body. So that plan, how they can plan this particular water for the irrigation scheduling or irrigation management related thing. Such kind of thing also they can plan and they can do it. So there the irrigation decision support system is coming into a picture. So that will be helpful for the decision makers to go for certain kind of decision making process on the irrigation related activity. Now you could understand the basic data and the ground data and the all the things are put together and it is available as a base information system. Then it can be called as a urban water information system. Then it can go further to a irrigation decision support system. So that is the hierarchy it is going. So when you collect the data and make it available in a common place, it will act as only a information system. So that because you are querying and you are taking the data, some kind of information from the core data what it is available. There is some kind of model or process into that data and bringing some kind of scenarios, then it will become like a decision support system, and where different scenarios are generated and the scenarios is available to the experts to bring out a decision from that particular thing. So that is the way in the water sector these particular data sets are used. Now this is the another example. You can see that there is some scheme called accelerated AIBP. Under the scheme, the canal construction has to happen. So what is the purpose of this canal? You have to again you have very popular example called Mission Bhagiratha. Okay, so you have a big reservoir or you have a big storage some place, and then you are doing the lift irrigation and you are pumping the water to the multiple place, and you are running the different kind of network to the whether not on the Bhagiratha point of view, if it is for a irrigation purpose, you are constructing a canal and you are taking the water to the last mile, or if it is the drinking water thing, you are taking the water to the household. All this planning can happen through this particular satellite imagery by having the digital elevation model. This digital elevation model which will provide you the information so that you can understand that how the terrain is there, how you have to plan for your activity. So that is the way this will provide us a base information to take up some decision. Now in this particular example, if you see that, so whenever the canal is some kind of sanction is there, when they monitor, when they want to monitor this canal progress, what we have done is we have provided a tool in the where they can take the satellite imagery and where they can digitize the canal. So when they are digitizing the canal, what they will do it? They would have found it, okay, this particular length would have been completed, but there is some kind of gap in that particular place. That kind of gap will be tabulated and it will be made available here. So that the physical progress is monitored from the high resolution satellite imagery, and it is able to progress. So that is the another example what we can get it from this use of this particular satellite imagery, and this is a purely a visual interpretation. Whether that canal is there in the ground or not, they are able to monitor from the high resolution satellite imagery. Now here this is the typical example what I was talking about, the rejuvenation and recreation of the water body. Now you can see that in 2021 this is the water body, 2021 this is the water body of this one. Now you can see that a lot of red color. This is due to the some kind of vegetation in that particular place. So that from this one, I mean whatever the chlorophyll index what I was mentioning, or whatever the turbidity index what I was mentioning, from this one what is the quality of that particular water, or what is the condition in that particular thing, it can be monitored. And same way here you can see that okay, this is the land use land cover surrounding that particular area, and again one more land use land cover of that particular area, and what is the change, what are all the places it got changed. Now here you can see that it was showing something in the pink in color, then you can see that that is changed to some green in color, and all the things are there, proper legends are there. Now you can see that these are all the changes. Assume that if any built up area or if any other things comes into the picture, there is some kind of encroachment in the surrounding of that particular lake or water body. So that is the way the change dynamics and the chlorophyll and the turbidity index, and then the different time series satellite, all the things are putting together under the Amrut scheme. They are planning for more on the rejuvenation purpose. So ultimately they are planning some kind of recreation activity also in that urban or town lake. So this is the another example. See it, how this geospatial data and how the processed information of turbidity index and the chlorophyll index is helping the people with the different land use land cover map which is generated from the different time series data, how it has been helpful or how it is used for the real time decision making. This is the another example what you do it, you will get it. So that's why the definition itself is rejuvenation of water body, fresh water supply from urban areas to that one. So when we are talking about the fresh water supply, assume that there is some encroachment, the water flow will not be there, right? So such kind of things you will be getting from this system. Now during that break, there was a discussion with the madam also, that she was mentioning that how the Ministry of Culture is using this particular thing. Now you can see that there is one popular I can answer sir question also, whether in not. So you can search it in the Google Play Store. There is one app called Smart. So there is Smart Citizen Report. So what it is doing is, in India we have something like 3,000, 4,000 around different archaeological or monuments are there, which is noted or denoted by the Archaeological Survey of India. So now you can see that each and every monument is mapped, and along with that mapping there is something called area, that is the red color boundary, then yellow boundary, that is the prohibited area, then there is a green boundary, that is nothing but a regulated boundary. So certain, inside the protected area no activities are permitted, and then within the prohibited area some other things, then again in the regulated boundary some other things. Now what is the thing is, whenever the new permission or whenever somebody is asking for a permission to go for some construction, they will upload the limit from the ground, or they will go and make a boundary, like this is my plot boundary, they will mark the boundary and they will uplink it to this particular application. Once it is come, what it will do, it will get intersected. Yesterday somebody would have, my colleague would have spoken about the vector processing. What is the vector processing? This is one example, intersection. So what they will do, whether that point is falling within protected or prohibited or regulated boundary, or it is falling out, based on that one, whatever the rules are written in the system, what kind of activities are do's and don'ts in that particular place, all the things will be disseminated with that NOC detail, and it will be again flying back to the citizen. So this is the way the Ministry of Culture is doing. Now here you can see that from where these boundaries have come. So for that only, the locating the monument and prohibited and regulated boundary, the satellite imagery is playing a role. So they are identifying this place and marking all these things. Once that is done, then the development is coming into a picture, like mobile development. Some of the students can do the mobile development. So from that mobile, the location is going, then the intersection is happening in the back end. Then the image chip is generated and it is going as a to the end user with the NOC. This Ministry of Culture is using the geospatial information for the decision making. This is called informed decision making. Nobody can lie or deny that no, my plot is not here, there, and this is not coming under this particular zone. All the things. It is in force and it is in place. So this is the live example. What I just want to tell you. Now let us go to another thing. The mission Bhagirath. This is the full network of your whatever the pipeline and other network, where the overhead tanks are there, where the individual pipes are there, where that your store water pump house and all these things, it has been taken and it has been mapped and it has been put up here. That is nothing but your rural water supply grid for Telangana. That is the detail. Now let us come again to the other typical example. This way we will see on the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. I will be touching upon in the thing with the more detail. Let us see it. Now, this is another example where the watershed related activity. Now you can see that there are almost like 8,000 plus projects in the country has been taken and it has been mapped in this particular thing. But if you convert it as a micro watershed kind of thing, almost like 50,000 micro watersheds are mapped and monitored. When we are talking about the monitoring, here what is the thing? What is the watershed related development activities it is there in that ground, and what is the impact it has been brought in that ground. Like for example, some of the farm ponds are allotted. I hope some of you would have realized that what is farm pond means. So in your agriculture field, maybe some group of farmers, they would have identified some place, or individual farmers identify pond kind of thing, and so that the water will be stored there, and then they will be they will be using that particular water in the summer season or when the water not available there. So with that one, what we can do is we can really understand that what is the change it has brought out in the agriculture practice or agriculture pattern. So that is some kind of change. It can be monitored under that particular thing. For that, what is the thing? One is the time series satellite data, another one is the mobile application which is giving the ground based data to the system. That is the another thing what we can see it as a live example. Now this is another very interesting thing where we can dwell a little more time. So here you just think over only 4 different points. One is the amenities plan, infrastructure plan, land resource development plan, and plan. So we are calling as a plan. So how these plans are made? In the earlier days, maybe with the local knowledge and the local information whatever is available, people used to take a plan. But now all these scientific tools are there in the system, and using this particular thing, people are able to make a plan. Here again, we will start with a very simple. What I will do is I will explain in a very simple way. You have a land use land cover map, you have a groundwater prospects map, you have a parcel boundary map. Like this, you have so many maps in your hand. By or soil map or baseline map. By having all those things, you are doing one simple union. So you are union doing all the things. You know a Venn diagram, what is the union means, I need not explain to you. And once you are making a union on that particular thing, once you make the union, you all this combination, what is the common place, with that common place, you will be taking up with some action. In a very rudimentary way, if I have to explain, I will put like this. Then here it is not like that. What we will do is, we will assign some kind of weight to each and every layer. We will assign some kind of score to the different kind of classes. Then we will be multiplying with all these things and bring out a certain value. Then we will say that this area is suitable for this particular action. So that is the way the maps, whatever has been generated, it has been used on a different purpose. If somebody wants to go for a land resources related thing, then what kind of inputs has to be taken and how it has to be analyzed. Then water resources related thing or any infrastructure related thing. All the things are scientifically planned and it has been put up from this geospatial analysis, whatever is the of the system. So that is the point what I want to highlight it here. Now next thing. Now what is the thing is, we know that census of India, they will go for a census, and parallelly you can see that all the input which is generated from the urban frame survey, that is also going as one of the input to the census of India. So basically what it will do is, so here what we are doing is, we are trying to give you to the Ministry of Statistics and the Planning Implementation Ministry with three different models. One is the mobile application, the second is the desktop GIS application, third is a web application. Using these three things, they are able to make a different kind of boundaries, that is nothing but a town boundary, ward boundary, then IV unit boundary, block boundary and a listing. And here how that process is happening, all the landmarks are mapped and it has been put up into the system. Once it is coming into the system, they will overlay with the satellite imagery and they will correct all these hand-drawn sketches, because otherwise everything is available as a simple hand-drawn maps in the in a paper format. It has to be converted as a digital format and it has to be georeferenced to the ground or to the satellite imagery. One can understand in that particular place, then how the enumeration should happen. So that is the way this particular ministry is using for the household survey. Around 8,000 towns in the country are being under this scheme and being monitored under this scheme for collecting the different kind of data sets. This is the another example what is getting from that information. Then very popular example, hospital location, flood location, post office and all the things. Election commission, I want to do the voting. Where is my nearest polling booth is there. The geolocation is there, and nowadays your whatever that paper they used to give it, I forgot the name. There also one map will be there and the geolocation will be there. So such kind of things is enabled through this location based services. That is for a common man. But for the country to know that what all the minimum facilities are available in that one. So basically whether the entry exit board is there or not, compound wall is there or not, electricity is there. If electricity is there, what kind of amp is there. Why all these informations are required is to have a smooth conducting of the election. They have to collect all this information and they have to put it, and then whether toilet facility is there or not. Otherwise they have to arrange a temporary ramp is there or not to support the specially enabled people. So like that, different kind of things they collect it, and that kind of information is available in the basic minimum facility. Now any issues are happening, like some kind of voting machine is not working or some kind of violence is there, they have to allot the officers to that place, or they have to move the force to that location. All these things are monitored through this vehicle. Some other things I have told. But now let us take this COVID, because everybody has got COVID vaccine. We used to go under rush. Many people used to come near to Shadnagar, from where I am coming. So they get vaccinated there, because that time it was easily available nearby that place from the Hyderabad. So now that time there was a issue, right? Like where it is available and which location it is available. All the things what we have done is we have through this particular platform, so that one can easy. So that where that vaccines are available, where in which location it is available, how far it is away from my place, how to navigate from to that location, all the things we have provided from this particular in sync with the CoWIN API. That is another location based services what we could enable it, and I have already touched upon your Aadhaar related thing to the Aadhaar portal, and you can see that where is your nearest Aadhaar, how to navigate to that one, all the things. This is only to the public. Again, each and every application what I am talking, there is another back-end application for the decision makers, for the administrators. There, basically, this is the another interesting geospatial processing what I want to highlight it. There is something called gap area analysis. So what is that gap area analysis? I know that all the Aadhaar Seva Kendras in the country, and there is a set of rules. Not go more than this much distance to avail that facility. So now what I want to know is, I want to know that where I have to go for more Aadhaar centers. So to do that one, what we have done is, we have done all the built up area maps. Built up area is nothing but your settlement location, which has come from primarily from our land use land cover map. We have taken that one. Then what we have done is, we have taken all the Aadhaar Seva then what we have done, by intersecting these two things, we know that here the centers are not there, here the centers are there. Something like we could get it. Now, wherever the gaps are there, you have to fill the gaps. For that, what we have done nowadays, whenever you are going there, you might have seen one Aadhaar Seva Kendras, Aadhaar seeding center in the post office. So post office is the another alternate location where it can be put up. Or you would have seen some Aadhaar related things in the bank acting as the Aadhaar center. So like that, the post office location, bank locations are taken, and it has been identified as another alternate source of center for facilitating that particular thing. Such kind of things are provided in the backend. Now, one person want to open a new Aadhaar center. What kind of facilities that person should have it when the inspection is happening, and we should know all these details. So that are all things very good. But there is one more interesting things are there. You would have seen that each and every center, they might be hanging one GPS kind of receivers there. So what it is happening is, each and every Aadhaar center is every minute or every second it is tracked that whether it is there in that same location, or somebody is trying to spoof the location information from outside the country or outside the and trying to provide the Aadhaar to the people. Such kind of activities are also going on in the back end. So now you can see that how the location is playing an important role. And the second thing is, whatever the different resource information what we are capturing and how it has been complementing to go for some kind of gap area analysis. All the things you will be able to get it. That is another example what I want to show it. Now here let us Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Now what generally people will do it, the same tank or same lake, every year they will do the same thing, desilting, they will do it. Or same road they will be again constructing, like that they will do it. Like some retail acts used to happen. So now come out with a plan that they have come out with something called planning tool. So here what we are doing, land use land cover, soil, slope, stream order, all these input layers are taken. It has been integrated into a GIS platform, meaning all the things are union, the operation has been done. Then there is something called criteria for activity. Now if I want to go for a check dam, in which stream order it should be put up, and what kind of soil it should have it, what kind of slope condition it should have it. All the root sets are embedded into the system, so that now the plannings are happening in a scientific manner. So what it will do, once the ground panchayat level person is logging into this portal, once they click probable location, all this process will happen on the fly, and it will say you that these are all the 10 different probable locations for this. Now from that probable location, they can narrow down what is their priority or what is their importance to that particular thing. While doing this one, it will also check what is the duplicate information, whether the same activity is there in that particular place or from that particular activity, whether it is in the 200-meter buffer or 500-meter buffer or 1000-meter buffer, because there are multiple schemes are also running on the same place. These schemes, C scheme, like for example, Narega scheme, then watershed development scheme, then NABARD would have funded something. There is something called Amrit Sarovar, there is another scheme, like there multiple schemes are running. Under the different schemes, same activities are again planned. To avoid such kind of thing, again these tools are coming into force, and it is helping the people to make a proper decision making. So this is the live example. You see that almost like a 2.54 lakh gram panchayat or 2.6 lakh gram panchayat are enabled with this kind of utility, and they are making a plan under this particular under this particular platform. Now can you correlate how this geospatial data is being used in the day-to-day life, whether it is a vegetable supply like a supply chain management or your Zomato, or vaccination distribution, or your Swachh auto trolley tracking every day morning 7 o'clock sound. So, or Gram Panchayat level planning, all the things are monitored and tracked or efficiently planned using this geospatial data. And where this intelligence, what is that intelligence word? That intelligence word is nothing but your criteria for that activity. There you are applying a probable location for all these particular activity. This is the typical example what I just want to highlight it here under this particular thing. Now, what is the next component here? You know it very well. Okay, the scheme is allotted, scheme is there. You have to monitor that scheme before how it is, during how it is, and after this for the time series satellite data is coming. Then I have used one word called report. Now this app is also again available in Google Play Store, that is called Jan Manrega. So the common man application, assume that there is a scheme implemented, you find something in that one, you can take a photograph and you can take a coordinate, you can send it, you can give your feedback under that Jan Manrega scheme. So under Jan Manrega mobile app. So that is the another thing. So that way the reporting or the is also enabled and it is available under this particular platform. So this is the another typical example what I want to say. So now this we have already seen, like different kind of Aadhaar centers, how to navigate from that location to another location. All things are put up, and this is the one example what I want to show it. So basically you can search the nearby centers by name, or you can filter all the Aadhaar center in the city name or pin code, or search within the range or category, like whether it is 18 plus or the ball Aadhaar or something, you can get it, all the things you will be able to get this one. This is the another typical example during the COVID, because even I myself when we were working for and when we are generating lot of geospatial data, okay, we know that traditionally natural resources management or disaster management related thing, but how it can be used for the crisis kind of thing. Some of the example even we learned, like for example whatever I was today morning I was making the statement, the mobile Raitu Bazaar tracking. It was never imagined how that system can be used for effective this tracking the thing and supplying that vegetable to the thing. Another very interesting example is this for Narayanpet district, what we have done it. What you know, what they have done is, you can go and you can see in the YouTube also, the district collector has given a video. What they have done is, they have enabled the self-help group people to provide the basic things to the home quarantine people. For that, they should know the location, they should know that area, so that that person or that people should not move from that group people will go inside and they will provide all the basic things. All the things are enabled from this home quarantine tracker, what we have provided and what we have put in. So this is the another the value-added services or the intelligence thing what we have provided from our the available geospatial data. Then apart from that, some of the things we also thought interesting, because all the hotels are closed. Then there is a very popular thing, and a lot of people who got stranded, they don't have the access to hotels, all the thing, all the amenities. The government was giving the free food to the people, like for example, the very popular Annapurna meal center in the GHMC or Amma Unavagam in Chennai Corporation, and they have done it. So we have located all the things and we have provided the thing, and there is a very interesting social media article that many of the guys or some people, they used this particular thing and they could get the many of the things during that COVID time. So what I want to tell is, once the data is available and you can bring much more value to that one, and it is only like, as I was starting with my statement, common sense. You can apply that one and you can bring much more thing. That is nothing but again your intelligence, what you want to build it and put it. But ultimately it is like whether it is a patient geolocation tracing or some kind of your vaccination location, that is another dimension what we have provided. But another very interesting thing is what we have done is, for the Tamil Nadu COVID bed thing, that is really a very unique, another interesting application where a lot of volunteers are working from the ground, and how many beds are there, how many oxygen beds are there, how many ICU beds are there, all the things. And this particular up in the COVID war room, and it was also linked to that Chief Minister dashboard, and they were effectively monitoring this particular thing. And this is the another thing. So here, what is the thing? Again, same. Your location and your route and your availability of the information from the crowdsourced information, and it is a curated information. It is not like some kind of wrong message somebody put it. It should be a proper curation or proper moderation should be there. You are able to provide the right information or right kind of solution to the people. These are all the ground photos. You can see that thing, and they have put it and they are giving, and people are standing and doing things, and how that vehicle is moving in that area, whether it is covered or not. Maybe I don't know, maybe you would have seen it in the TV or you would have seen it in the magazine, or you may be seeing first time. So this is the way I was telling you. I mean, ignite that, this is using this kind of platform or solution like that. That only I was trying to tell you in the morning. Okay, now this is the containment strategy and how it has been put up, what is the buffer zone of this one, and how many villages are covered in that one, what is the household population, and what is the age group. All the things they are able to map and monitor under this Bihar scheme. And this is your popular COVID vaccine, COVID vaccine API, what it has been provided. I need not explain to you, you know it very well. Then Tamil Nadu COVID bed information what I was speaking, and here you can see that how many beds are available and which are all under the different severity, you can see it, and everything is dynamically and real time. The information was refreshed and was CM dashboard. So these are all the things I just want to highlight it. Now I will be taking little more things, because one or two examples I was hinted by the team to do that particular thing. I will take which one? These two examples I will take it. One is I was talking already under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyakram that the minority concentration areas are mapped and the progress is monitoring. And here you can see that this is under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme. The different stages of the houses are mapped, and each and everything is again it is matched with the first time data. So the first time I am the beneficiary, I will be standing in front of my house. Next time same photos will be taken, but the system will detect that whether same person is standing or the different person is standing, and the same location. It is not like somebody will go to some other place, somebody will go there, and some other proxy will be put up and they will be doing the thing. No, it's not like that. There only the intelligence or the your YAML things are coming into picture. I'll be talking upon in the end of my presentation. So this is one example. But here the property tax mapping. Sir was asking one interesting question. Here you know what normally people will do. They will go for a residential. Will convert that residential property to a commercial property. They will only take ground floor permission. They will go for first floor, second floor, third floor. All the things they will do it. Now the Commission and the Directorate of Municipal Administration, what they have done is with that surveyors, they have carried out this particular action to all the 130 plus or 140 plus urban local bodies, and each and every properties are mapped and it has been again management information system, and all the details are collated, and under this one what they have done is they have identified all the unassessed and underassessed properties. They would not have taken permission at all, or it would not have that TIN or what is that PTN or number at all. Then residential property, or they would have erected one cell phone tower. So whether cell phone tower is there or not, and water connection, how many water connections are there, how many, whether advertisement board is there on top of the building or not, all the things are mapped and it is put up. And there was a famous news item in the newspaper, it has come, they could get more than 100 crores of revenue after carrying out this particular exercise. Now this particular model is getting now scaled up to the entire nation. Many other states are wanting to do this particular approach. This is the another thing what I just want to, what I just want. Let us go further. This we have already talked upon, and this watershed component also we have talked upon. This we have seen enough. Let us move further. So here, what is the thing? The very latest and popular example is the agroforestry related thing. What we do is, as I was telling from the morning, we create land use map every year or every 5 years. Then baseline every 5 years. And soil carbon map. We have done it. But now using this all these basic data, some kind of criteria have been formed from the subject experts, and this is again released by the Niti Aayog. That what are all the suitable areas for agroforestry. Under that agroforestry, these are all the plans are suggested in that particular plan, and this information is going again, like the paper mill industry, and what kind of plants or what kind of agroforestry you can plant, and that can come, or what something like a plywood kind of industry, what kind of timber is required in that particular place. All those things are, I think it is also available again in the public thing. You can download that report and you can get to access of this particular thing. This is the another example what I just want to highlight it here. So these are all impact assessment. Now you can see that before the schemes are implemented, it is looking like more like a vacant or empty land. Then slowly the vegetation is coming. Now you can see the thick vegetation. So that how that scheme has made an impact, which can be assessed from the time series satellite data. In the same way, the house construction, different stages of the houses, how it is monitored from the field data. So this is the another thing what I just want to do it with reference to analysis or the change detection. Now, this is the another very popular example. This is the nighttime light data. How during the night, how your country is looking like. So based on the intensity that it is mapped and it is available as a different map. And when you are analyzing this particular thing and how that growth is happening over the decade. Again, the scientist will also take this particular thing with the GDP kind of thing, and they will come out with the result, whether it is because of the growth in that particular place, more industries has come, or more activities are happening in that particular place. Because of that one, the intensities are detected and the night time is observed, and how it is again linked back to your economical activity. All those things are assessed and it has been put up. This also a news item, and which was even spoken by the Honorable Central Minister or the Union Government Minister about this particular product, what it has been brought out. This is another thing what I want to highlight. And here you can see that with reference to the Bihar, you can evidently see that in 2012 how the situation, in 2021 how that situation. So you could see that all the nighttime light data with reference to the radiance data been put up. So this I just want to highlight it. Now please pay attention because you are the computer science students. So now you can see that this is one example what I was mentioning. You have a satellite imagery. From that satellite imagery you can extract the different features. So one example you can see that this is all the solar forms are extracted and it has been put up. Now what is the training data set? Something like model trained on 1 data, and the accuracy achieved is 97%. So this is one example. Now second thing is, you can see that I was talking about the citizen information board. Like whatever the photographs are coming from the ground, whether the board is there or not, I can detect it. Some people would have simply painted in the wall. That is not a board, and that board should have certain characteristics that can be trained and that can be put up so that people can use it. For that, the YOLO is used. Time it was YOLO V7 was used. Now the YOLO V8 or more is also available, and this is one such particular example. We can get it. And same way, now we have a different time frame land use length our data. Then what is the agriculture hotspot? What is the change from one particular place to another class, or the agriculture land to another land class? All those things are identified and it has been put up. This is another kind of example I show it. This was one thing I was highlighting. Another mobile app is there. You can go and stand any particular place. On that particular place, what is the groundwater prospects, what is the land use, what is the soil, what is the slope, what is the land degradation detail. Everything you will get it in a simple tabular form, and you will be able to access it. That is the thing what I just want to show it. This is nothing but know your resources. That is this application. So now let us go a little more with reference to the analysis. Now you can see that this is the satellite imagery what it is available. I just want to find out that what are all the trees which is outside the forest. I want to map it. So this is the thing one can get it. Now the boat, the fishing boat detection from the satellite imagery, how it has been detected, how it has been put up. Now the farm one field, how it has been detected, because this is more important on your parcel level mapping. So that way this is playing a critical role. Then when you want to have a building footprint, because this building footprint will be more helpful for going for some kind of rooftop solar potential analysis kind of thing and all. This will be one of the very important input which will be used there. For that, how it can be detected and trained. So these are all the different I was discussing morning when madam was asking me a question. So these are all some other things what I just want to show you. Now another 2-3 minutes we will see it. For doing all these things you need to have a data. I told Bhuvan it is having lot of thematic data and lot of disaster related data, then various climate related information. All those things you can get it, but you want to have a raw satellite data processing or pre-processing. You want to do some kind of further analysis. For that there is a portal called Bunidhi. From there you will be able to access last 30 years data, and which you can download it. Now this download also, now it is made available free if the data resolution is more than 5.8 meter. So up to 5.8 meter it is free. You can log in and you can download it directly. So that is the thing what you can get it from this one. Has been triggered, that is a policy that will be covered in the successive slide. Now there are multiple APIs are there, that if using that API also you can plan your activity and you can find out that which is the next coverage or what kind of data sets are there from the historical thing. You can collate all this information and you can get the data from this Bunidhi portal. Now same way I have listed out only 6 natural disasters are many other disaster related information that is coming from National Database for Emergency Management, NDEM we call it. Under that also many disaster related informations are there that you can access it and you can get connected to that system for making a effective decision making. So that is the thing. I will just highlight only one place in this particular thing. One is, as I was mentioning, you can have then proximity analysis, route plan, then multi-layer analysis, some kind of evacuation plan or say crisis management. These are all the things one can do it under this database emergency management thing. Now, this is one of the very interesting slide I have reserved for my student, but she is not turned up. So we will take some other student. Now you see that I have talked about the platform, then various thematic data, then value added product. Like that I have listed out many things, I have spoken many things. Now what you can do as a student, you can work on like satellite data as a service, platform as a service, thematic map as a service, value added application or solution as a service, software module as a service, capacity building as a service. So we are providing all these service to this one, and you can bring your own business opportunity and you can bring out a value to the existing system and you can make a revenue out of it from as a startup point of view or as a industry point of view. You can do it. So all these things are available and one can get or one can bring more things. And all these things, as I was mentioning again and again, it is all these things. What is the policy? That's the type. So there is one policy called National Geospatial Policy. So which is talking about primarily, but many things are there. Primarily, all the public funded the project generated data should be or will be made available freely to all the people for research, planning and development related activity. And the second thing is it will be available again to the private people for commercial use and with this kind of cost. And then there is a certain kind of accuracies are put up. So that is a thing that is also there. Like there many classes are there. Then next component is coming into that space policy 2023. So space policy 2023 is allowing you to get access to all the satellite data up to 5.8 meter free. Earlier it is paid one, now it is free. But when it again go to the private up to 5.8 meter people, up to 1 meter up to 1 meter it is free to the government, but for the private people they have to pay little money or whatever the money is prescribed. So like that the scheme is made it very clear, so that the data democracy or the data is made available uniformly to all the people. There is no restriction on accessing the data. In the earlier days we used to have mask some of the places, and that masking used to happen, so that that information will be hidden. Now that is also not there. Only negative list of attributes are there. Only that attribute we should not display it, but otherwise data we can display it. So that is the two policy change what it has come. That is nothing but your National Geospatial Policy. Under that policy we are providing download facility of all these data sets, and it is available to the NGEs. What is NGE? Non-government entities. Like for example, there is a PATA, NIRBI, SkyTrack. These are all some of the non-government entities or private people where they are using our APIs for bringing out their business, and they are operationally using this particular thing. Similar way, you can also have and you can also use our the APIs or services what we are offering from one, and you can get it and you can use it. So here I will stop, and madam has given me one small exercise to show you, maybe another 2-3 minutes. I'll just quickly enable my internet, because she was telling me how to download the data. I have to show you guys. So I will just show it for 1 minute. Then I will will take a few questions, then we will go. I hope my connectivity will be good with my mobile connection. Yeah, no problem. Just we will try it out. Yeah, it is relatively better. Okay, so this is our Vjit portal home page. Now I was talking about 2-3 things. You can get the download of all these data sets. For that, what you go to this Vjit store, click this Vjit store. Once you click this Vjit store, it will list out you 100 plus layers or list of information, and it will be going like a big list. All these data sets, all these products are freely available for download. I was talking about the digital elevation model, which you can download and you can do some kind of profiling, you can do the cut and fill kind of analysis. I mean, one example, how to create the login and how to download the data. Now you see that I just want to download the data. Once you click this one, it will be directly taking you to that particular portal, and it will go to that place where you will be seeing that some kind of grid information. So the grid is nothing but the availability of the data, and then there are multiple options how to select and how to download. All these details will be so it is directly going to that place and it is trying to download it. Here I am taking a little time on this one. Let me get loaded. Then meantime, what I will do, I was also talking about you can download the various thematic data sets. For that particular thing, I will be taking one more example. So that that also getting loaded. Here you can see that I have gone to this thematic portal. Now you see that there are multiple there. Assume that I just want to download the 10,000 scale data of Telangana. I will take it. Now I have clicked here. Now this Telangana map is getting loaded here. Now assume that font size. Yeah, I will. So now what we will do is, sorry. Yeah. Hope it is now it's fine. Yeah. Now that you can download this particular data, there is an option called get data. You click this get data. What it is saying, you need to sign in to submit the request. Give OK. So now what will happen? Here there is a login button. You click this login button. As soon as you click this login button, one page will be loading in this particular place. Now you can see that it is saying that one. Here you can see that username and password, and it is asking. Then it is also taking that there is some mathematical formula. Let us go here. Here there is some option called change password, forgot password, new user, did not receive the account activation link. Now what you have to do? You have to click new user. Once you click new user, you can see that it is asking for username. Country is default selected, organization is default selected, what is your first name, what is your last name, all these stuffs are there here. So now what you can do, you can enter your correct username and first name, last name and all. But the very important thing is, email is very important, because the activation link will be sent to the email. So you have to give a correct email address so that you will get a activation link, and once you click the activate, and you will be able to download the data. Okay, that is the thing what I just want to show you. Now let me go to that another page where I will be showing that downloading of that particular data. Now you see that there are many products are there in this page. Now I will be showing that particular Carto DM related thing. Now I have taken that digital elevation model. It has gone to this one. Now you can see that will be looking like this, and I was mentioning you have an option to download bounding box or map sheet or type interactive drawing. What is this map sheet? It is nothing but some kind of identification number from the open series map. Some number will be there like A43A or something like that. You can, so that it will go to the corresponding location. But this can be further interpreted also. 43 is nothing but your UTM zone 43. But anyway, that is that you can see little later. as I was telling that you have to click in for login related thing. What once you get your username and password is you have to assign. Now I will go with my username. So now I am taking with my username. Now I will go here. Now what is the method I am putting here. Once I log into this particular system, now I am free to download any product whatever is available place by selecting the any thing like whether it is a DEM or it is a terrestrial science related product. Like if I want to download the Indian soil data, you can select like I want to have a soil texture, then I want to download the clay soil related thing. The data will be loaded here. You see that there is a download button. Once you click download, the data will be getting downloaded. So you can see this particular thing. So you no need to ask anybody. You can simply come and you can download this data and you can directly take it and you can use it in your place. In the same way, I want to study the cyclone related information. Now for that there is a TCHP related detail, the tropical cyclone heat potential related information. For that also you can see that for entire year I want to download product. You can select the year, then finally you click download. Download data also will be getting downloaded here. It will start from here, or else you can click and you can download it. So like this you can keep go and do it. So first you should have a username, password. For that you have to click a new user and you have to create your username and password, and the activation link will be mailed to your registered email ID. Once you get the username and password, you can come to this portal and you can interact and you can download the data from this particular thing. Now you may have a question: is this login is single sign-on, or you have to register in each and every portal? No, it is a single sign-on. Once you log in, once you get the username, password, it will be available uniformly to all the places. Now in the backend, you would have seen it that already the tropical cyclone heat potential almost like 100 MB data is getting downloaded. Okay, now I will stop this fellow so that we can cancel that one. So like that you can select any place or any product from this particular list. You can go and you can get it directly downloaded. Now I want to download the total current data. You can click, it will go to that portal and it will download it. Like this, anything you want to get it from this list, you no need to ask anyone, you can get it. So this much I just want to tell you, and hope you would have understood what are the different types of spatial data, and how the location is playing a role, how the different government schemes are using the spatial data, and what kind of processing or analysis are in the backend, and how it is helping the decision makers to derive the decisions, and how a common man is also getting benefited from this portal, including the emergency situation or the lockdown situation like COVID time, and then what are all the different offerings are there which is empowered or which is the outcome of National Geospatial Policy 2022 and the Space Policy 2023. What are all the different products are available, and you can take that one. Ultimately, with the business opportunity what we are having in place, you can come out with a startup, or you can also bring a lot more business from the industry point of view, and you can do it. And everything is open as a API or as a data product which can be downloaded and which can be used. These are all the things I just want to summarize it, and now it's open to you for any quick question. We can take few questions and we can do it. Thank you. No clapping. First question, please. No question, or you are hungry? You want to go for lunch? Yeah. Any question or anything which I have not touched upon, or which you have expected that yes, this I want to have covered, or no, this topic I want to have a little more detail.
So which satellite is used for the data collection?
So there are many satellites, as you are aware that globally many satellites are there. Indian point of view also many satellites are there. From Indian we call it as the Indian remote sensing satellite, and where the high resolution like 25 centimeter or 1 meter or 60 centimeter, 2.5 meter kind of resolution satellites are coming, sorry, data sets are coming from our Cartosat 1, 2, 3 series of satellites. Then the RISOSat is providing something like 5.8 meter, 23 meter, 36 meter kind of resolution. Then parallelly, the global providers are also many data sets are there, like Airbus or the Redis, under that one, or you have Geo so like many global products are there. And apart like Landsat products are there, but otherwise the people are very popular, and nowadays very popular. Sentinel products are there. So like that, many satellite products are there in both priced and free domain. Any other question or any other clarification you want to have it? So how many of you, the students, will come to NRC for doing the project? Because you are all computer students, right? You can work more on the your AIML related things. So we have a lot of data sets from both satellite point of view and the thematic point of view, and a lot of field data also. You can do it, so that I welcome you all and register and do some internship, so that it will be good for you in your CV or biodata, and it is good for us also to pushing something to the young minds, so that you can come out with good startups, and you can become an entrepreneur, or you can become a good administrator, because I have shown a lot of example, because you would have seen it, many of the things whatever I was showing, all the things are even spoken or taught to the fresh IAS recruits in Missouri during their training program, so that they also again become, when they become to the service, they will get more and more insights about this particular thing. So like this, many things are there. So that's why I was talking about all these things. Okay. Anything else?
Sir, any other country's data is also there in one.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. I was talking about the Punidi, where Punidi is also again more important from NRC, where it is having the archive of all the years data, including both Indian and foreign. With any landmark sequence at all. You want to download the data of US science, select the US and you will download it. And it is available. But the condition is up to 5.8 meter, it is freely available. And up to 1 meter, freely available to the government. Select the category we want to select, we can select and we can download the data, whether it is a price or open.
5.8 means surface.
No, it is basically the smallest object that can be detected. So basically a resolution kind of thing. Like in our phone we call it as a megapixel, like that. Same way, 5.8 meter is the spatial resolution. Anything else? If nothing is there, thank you very much. Again for the opportunity to the management and madam and to our management, and sincere thanks to all the students for patient listening for last 3 hours. I hope I have done something. I mean, done justice for your time, and will do. Thank you.
I request all the faculty of the dais to join us for a photograph. And the participants. Okay. I request all the faculty members and participants. Only participants.
All the participants come to the dais for the photo session.
ఫ్యాకల్టీ ఒకటే కాదు పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ అంటే పోల్ వచ్చేస్తారు.
All of you are participants, right?
వద్దు